Walk inside your room. Bear is sleeping, Mama.
Bear is hibernating?
Yes.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shamsa. I'm a Montessori guide and mother to a lovely boy named Arman. So in today's video, we'll take a look at our Montessori inspired shelf setup on the theme Animals in Winter. Let's begin without further ado. Let's start with the literacy cubby. Here we have our nomenclature cards. These are flashcards with the names of different animals that we have used in all these activities. We do the 3-period lesson with these pictures, and he's at the 3rd level with the pictures that you see here. In the first period, I took 3 cards and named them for him one at a time, and he would repeat after me. We also discussed the characteristics of each of these animals, as in what adaptation techniques they use during winter, whether they hibernate, migrate or resist the winter, and also where they find shelter during winter, and so on. In the second period, I put all the 3 cards out together and named a card and asked him to point to it. This level continued for a while. And now at the 3rd level, with all the cards out together, I ask him what the name of the animal on each card is, and he answers. I keep rotating these cards, and once he successfully completes all the 3 levels with these cards, I use them in the rest of the activities. Now this book that you see here is something that I put together for him to read along with the activities. It talks about what animals do to survive the cold winter. We talked about migration, hibernation and resistance with examples. It was fun making this for him and he thoroughly enjoys it. In the numeracy cubby, we have an interesting activity. I printed out a winter animal themed picture and glued it on a piece of cardboard. I then wrote the numbers from 0 to 9 below it and cut it vertically into 10 pieces. And then I showed him how the picture would be complete if we arrange the numbers from 0 to 9 in order. Here the completed picture acts as a control of error. He'll know if he makes a mistake in the order if the picture doesn't come out properly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Then 6. Oh, 6 is here. On this. Then after that, 7. And 8 side.
Is it complete?
Yes. Clear.
Now here in the practical life cubby, we have a sewing activity. I stuck a plain paper on a piece of cardboard and drew a chipmunk on it. I then poked holes into the cardboard for sewing, and he successfully traced the outline of the animal. He has been showing a lot of interest in sewing lately.
Okay.
Look one here.
Yes.
In the next cubby, we have a sorting activity. These are pictures of animals that he is already familiar with, and I also have prepared these cards with the captions migrating, hibernating and resisting. He can identify these words by sight now. All he has to do is classify these animals and birds into these 3 categories depending on how they adapt to winter. He loves this activity and quite often repeats it.
Winter, what does a bear do in winter?
Slow sleep.
Sleeps a lot. Yes. And
The last one I'll take.
Now in this cubby, we have some puzzles with the pictures of animals that you have seen in the other shelves. The next one is our sensorial cubby, and what we have here is a visual discrimination activity. Basically, it's an animal track matching activity. I found these printables on the site Montessori for Everyone. It's free to download. I'll try to leave a link in the description box. I printed out 2 copies of each page. I cut out the animals and their footprints separately from one copy, and the other copy we used as reference to match the animal footprints to the animals. So he would look at an animal and its track on the reference sheet and then put them together. And now for our open-ended play, we have a small world setup. This is his most favorite out of all these activities. He easily spends up to an hour on this. To make this, we made some pretend snow using equal quantities of corn flour and baking soda and also a little bit of water. You know it's the right consistency if it holds its shape when you press it together and returns to the powder form when you crumble it. We then put some gems together to form a pond. We also used some twigs and rocks that we had picked from the garden. We made a cave for the bear using a piece of cardboard. And also made a tree for the bat and owl using a tissue roll. Put all the animals inside and there you go. So this is our simple shelf setup for the theme Animals in Winter. I hope you all liked this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends and family. And if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.